Cobalt, and we are live playing Mad God's Key. Just before we get started, we would like to remind everyone that we are streaming for Extra Life. So in the doobly-doo down below, you'll find a link to our Extra Life page for Sick Kids Hospital. And also, we are part of the Heroes Wanted RPG Collective. So in the doobly-doo down below, you will find a link to the Discord. But now we're ready to play with DM Patrick. Take it away.
Thank you, Stephanie. Welcome, everybody, as morning breaks in the city of Lust. Your eyes ache as the sun rises. They are bloodshot and as red as the sun itself. You all check your teeth once more to see if any of them are loose. Bruised knuckles finger your lightened coin purses. 10 talons is a cheap bribe to stay out of lockup, though. Your beds at the Blue Dragon Inn beckon. The last couple of nights for you guys have been a blur of carousing fun.
Ook.
Yes, I know.
As this group wanders the street, introduce yourselves to the fine people, please.
I am not used to this idea of fun. Hello, everybody. My name is Chris. I am currently playing Low High, the simple human wandering monk.
Hi, everyone. Oh, sorry.
Discovered himself in a alcoholic haze, I guess.
Oh, are you playing Drunken Monk? It's going to be fun. Hi, everyone. I'm Tara. I'm currently playing Hecate, the Eldarin cleric of the Grave Domain.
I am Brendan. I am playing Matthew, the gunslinger and pool noodle throwing enthusiast.
Hi, I'm Ian, and I'll be playing the librarian, a fighter artificer. And please consider the pathos of a sad-looking, long-limbed, furry orange sack totally removed from its normal habitat. That is the librarian.
I'm playing Camilla von Daniken, Azamar, Paladin Haunted One, with sad eyes.
And as you make your way through these early morning streets, Camilla, you actually find in your purse, and you vaguely remember doing some gambling, but you find your coin purse is actually 44 gold pieces more full than you would have thought. Hecate, you just have an absolute blank and a blur and little bits and pieces, but there's just this terrible taste in your mouth as you vaguely recall trying to do some challenge of drinking from some mystery keg at the bar. The librarian, you have a hangover. The sounds, the lights, everything is just overwhelming to you right now.
Oh.
It's okay. It's okay. Get some tea.
Lady Herseval, you got this crazy cool tattoo. You're pretty sure it was meant to, it reads Hellraiser in Abyssal, but considering some of the snickers you've gotten as you left the tattoo parlor, you're not exactly sure what it does read. And Lohai, over these last few days, you have had a whirlwind romance with one of the middle-class ladies here in town, to the point where you were actually supposed to be wed just yesterday, but in a horrible, horrible situation, you smartly called it off, which unfortunately was okay with your bride-to-be, but her parents are absolutely furious with you. And here in the city of Luskan, it is a town like no other. You have heard there is something here for every traveler, merchant, and hero alike, and boy, have you found it. Adventure waits around every corner. Danger lurks down every alley. Morning here is much like all the other times of the day, hectic. Today appears to be no exception. Although this part of the vast city has not yet fully woken up, it appears that some of the lesser folk have. Across the street, as you make your way down the main thoroughfare. You see a pair of filthy thugs has started to ransack a locksmith's shop.
Oh.
What would this late night, early morning crowd like?
Find an aspirin.
Yeah, keep going. Do not interfere with the nature of causality.
You do notice that a lot of the other people who sort of walk by just seem to look and shrug their shoulders and keep going.
Oh wait, no. Librarian is going to pull off his. He's wearing a. The orangutan has a very light leather shirt on, and he's going to pull a badge off it, and he's going to look at it and go, "Oh," like he's really hungover, and he's going to hold up the badge to everyone, and it's going to say "Special Constable." Oak.
Yes, we all know you're a special constable.
And
I
then
believe what
I'll
the
start
small one
knuckling
is saying.
towards that.
Yes, I believe he's saying we need to stop this, and I follow him.
I'll follow as well.
All right, and as you make your way forward, you can see there are two just very, dirty, scraggly, filthy rag-wearing people who are absolutely overturning everything in this shop. You see them grabbing, shoving things in their pockets. And as you step forward, one of them with a beard just turns to you and just says, "Yeah, just keep on moving. Forget what you saw here, squirts."
What did we see here, kind sir?
And behind him, you see this very tall, almost red-skinned Goliath just says, "Just some business we're taking care of. Go about your day."
What sort of business?
Can I grab him by the first guy by his again the front of his collar, and I will lift him up.
Well, everybody roll initiative.
Yes.
Did I get my grab in before the initiative starts?
No, that would start initiative.
Ook.
I'm trying to come up with a good fake Buddhist-y saying, but I just can't come up with one right.
That's why you do what Steph did and cabinet the entire art of war open at your desk.
Yeah.
Do the Terry Pratchett quotes. There's tons of them. Okay, here. Wisdom comes from experience. Experience is often a result of lack of wisdom. How's that for a bullshit statement?
That's pretty good. All right. As you reach in to sort of grab, Hecate, you are actually the first to act. What do you do as you see the librarian move?
Shoot, I can't get past him, can I?
No, he is the one thug is currently blocking the doorway.
Hmm. And what does this spell do? It's based on each creature of my choice I can see within range. And what is the range? 5 feet. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to just kind of try and startle him. But I think I can still see him because he'd be within 5 feet. Yeah, so I'm just going to saddle up the door since I can't really get inside, and I'm going to do that. Really?
All right. Yeah, you speak a word, and this flash of radiance blasts. And you see it actually sort of stuns and, shocks this person. He doesn't seem to necessarily take any damage, but he does cry out just in sort of surprise.
That's all I can really do because I can't really get in there to hit him.
Low high.
Yeah, there you
go. Lohai just kind of stands here, and because he can't really get in. Actually, no, he can sidle up to here, and he just sort of shakes his head and says, "Some men steal everything not locked away. Others steal the locks as well, and blocks him on the head with his quarters.
All right, you go to swing. That does hit as he's just wearing this filthy sort of leather armor, and your quarterstaff smacks him, and he just, ah! And again, pulls out his weapon and says, oh, looks like we're going to have some extra fun this morning. Any more movement? Any bonus actions?
I don't want to waste my key points on this fight. I think I'll be fine. Actually, yeah, no, that takes a key point too. All right, no, I'm good.
All right.
Oh, no, sorry, that's flurry of blows. Never mind. Sorry about that.
Right. Lady Herschel Friedrichstein von Muselkowski to roll of the third is going to move
Is
here.
that not Matthew?
No, Patrick already has a token set up and everything, so I went back to the initial idea. And pulls out her first. I'm assuming the owl's acting on my initiative because I don't have an actual sheet for it to roll initiative.
Yep.
Yeah, owl, fly in, give help action, fly out.
That happens.
Takes aim and is going to fire a shot at this dude inside. Pulls out the gun, shoot the. By the way, I have a gun. 23.
Eek, eek!
Oh, that hits.
Wait, do I have to declare trick shot when I make the attack or when I hit?
Yes.
Hang on.
When you make the attack.
Oh, I don't even have the one I was going to use. It doesn't matter. Yeah, take the shot.
It's a good thing I'm
5
orangutan size and you can shoot over my head.
All right. Yeah, you raise your pistol, you fire, and it blasts. And just as this sound rings out through the city morning, a couple of people, you hear them at the window, shut the fuck up! We're trying to sleep still!
Sir and or madam, there is a crime happening here. Sorry to disturb you.
And they just slam the window. All right. And so with that, this thief in the doorway is going to pull out this large, just sort of chunk of wood. It's almost his mace, but with this club, he's going to take the first swing at the librarian.
It's a hit.
That is a hit. You take 5 bludgeoning damage, and then he's going to turn and swing at you, Lohai. And that is a 17.
That does hit, yes.
So you take 4 bludgeoning damage. Then he is going to slide to. And his partner will come in swinging, and he's going to take another swing at the librarian. 10 will not hit. And then he's going to turn at. He's actually going to try and shove you out of the doorway. So give me a contested strength check, please.
Athletic or just strength?
Athletics. Yeah, he goes to shove you, and he is just shocked that you hold your ground and do not move at all.
Like an orange sack full of bowling balls. I'm literally 300 pounds.
All right, with that, it is the librarian's turn.
All right, so I'm going to, not leaving his threatened square. Actually, maybe. No, I'm not. I'm going to climb up above the door frame. And I'm going to use my feet to hold on to the building and try and yank that one out and up with it.
All right, give me. This will be a contested
Athletics
check
again.
And I'm going to give you advantage because he was just kind of shocked and surprised.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. he is easily grasped and grabbed as you lift him off his feet and you just
And pull him right up halfway up the wall with me.
All right.
Do you want us to move out of the way to...
Yeah, I'll just move you off to the side here.
Are you carrying him off?
I grabbed him by his collar again, and I am holding him up, basically, I don't know, 10 or 15 feet above the ground.
He's King
Above the
Konging him.
Yeah.
And with that, Camilla.
Alright, so the one guy's been wrestled to the ground.
Oh, he's been
Wrestled to the
climbed
sky.
up the wall, and you know the other one ducked inside the doorway.
Alright, well then I will go inside the doorway. And I will say, I'll give him one chance to surrender. I'll say, surrender now, sir. And just let us know what's really going on.
Are you going to try and intimidate or try and persuade him?
I was just going to give him a chance before I started beating the shit out of him.
Are you being nice about it?
I am being very polite with my beating the shit out of him.
All right, give me a persuasion roll.
My haunted eyes pierce into his soul. I really don't want to hurt you.
He looks at you and looks back, and he can just see like the feet of his partner hanging above the doorway, and he just sort of backs up and just says, "All right, hey, we were just told we could come rob here. It'd be an easy job. I don't want any more trouble."
By who?
Just someone we knew.
You're going to have to give me more than that, or else I'm going to have to take you down to the local constabulary. Now, hold out your wrists. You're under arrest.
And with that, he just sort of turns his head and sort of grins, and he just says, and you see him sort of glance at the doorway, and he's like, "I don't think that's gonna happen."
Huh? Do I get a chance to beat on him then?
No, your action was to sort of convince him, but since you said he's arrested, you can see he's eyeing a potential escape, but he's not fleeing. He's listening to you.
Okay, so I'm going to be like, just tell us the name of this friend and be honest about it, and then you can, and you know what? I'll let you leave. After you've returned everything, of course, and told us everything you know. All
right, and at this point, those of you outside just hear a man's voice. Just what's my shop? My shop. And this man sort of comes pushing and shoving past, and you see him stop at the doorway and look at what's going on, and he just turns around and goes, "What's happening here? Am I being robbed?"
Yes, sir, you were being robbed, but we came in and saved the day.
Reaction, drop my special constable badge on his head.
It sort of clatters. He picks it up and looks at it and just says,
"It's not for this city. It says Ankh-Morpork."
"What?" But then you see him go into the shop, and he's just looking around very specifically. You see him head to one area, and he just turns and looks, and he just stares at the one in front of you, Camilla, and just says, "Where's the key?"
The key to what, sir?
And you see he's not looking at you. He's looking at the thief, and he just says, "The key. Where is it?"
Tell him where the key is, sir.
Give me an intimidation check.
If we're out of initiative.
Advantage.
Yeah,
we're out of initiative at this point.
I would like to step inside and point the gun at him while she's intimidating.
And I'd like to knock this guy out by smashing his head against the wall.
Yeah, I'm going to stay outside and keep an eye on the other dude that the monkey has.
Non-lethal damage. I'm just going to go librarian poopy on him.
All right. Yeah, you smack him against the wall, and he's still awake. He's like, oh, I'm not fine. Just put me down. Put me down. And the one inside looks at the gun, looks at Camilla, and just says, "Fliggin, I'm going to tell him." And he looks at you and he just says, "Look, our friend told us to rob the shop after he was through with it this morning. We got here after he'd already left." You'll find him. You'll find him down in the barge in Shantytown. It was the last time we saw him. He's a big half orc with a tooth like tusk capped in iron.
Can I insight that to make sure he's not a lying bastard?
Yeah, go right ahead. You both think he's, being fairly honest. Camilla, you can see deep into his eyes, and yeah, he looks like he's still bargaining because he still believes you said you would let him go, but you can tell he's still holding back.
And I'll confront him about it. I'm like, "Sir," and I will just put a hand on his shoulder. "We both know you're holding something back, and our deal was for you to tell me everything."
Can I hit one with the other?
No, you're outside.
You're outside.
You're the bad cop, I'm the good cop. So please tell me everything.
You'll let me go? You'll let us both go?
This whole time he hears his buddy being beaten up by a monkey outside.
An ape.
Yeah, thank you. You were paying attention.
I'm into the same thing.
No, you get bit.
And he will look at you and just say, fine. His name's Iron Tusk.
Iron tusks, and he has a big tooth?
It's a real tooth. It's just capped in iron.
Okay, and where does he reside?
We saw him down at Barge End, the shanty town, down by the river.
And he told you to rob this place and that it would be easy pickings?
Yeah, he said the door would already be open, and it was. I mean, he'd already been here, obviously.
Uh-huh, I see. Did he tell you what he had stolen?
I have no idea what he was after. I don't care. He just told us to come take whatever we needed afterwards.
Mm-hmm. All right, empty out your pockets.
And he does. He empties sort of everything he's found, and you see there's like a couple of lockpick sets and, just some other basic goods and sundries. But the shopkeeper, you can just see, is, quickly sort of rifles through everything and just says, "It's not here. It's not here."
What's not here, sir?
I'm going to look at the door. Does it look smashed in, or does it look like the door's been maybe opened or picked?
Give me an investigation check.
Oh.
Okay.
You can see the door was forced. It wasn't heavily damaged. So whoever did it had a pretty good touch, but they weren't using a lockpick set. They just punched the lock in, basically. And with that, the thief will look at Camilla and just start slowly backing away towards the door and just, well, deal's a deal, right?
Yes. Did he emptied all his pockets, correct?
He did.
And from my insight check, I can tell he's now being completely truthful?
Yes.
I'll be like, all right, we'll let you go. However, if I see you stealing again or being otherwise a ne'er-do-well, there will be consequences.
Oh no, I was going to grab him before he disappeared.
No, hold on. Ilmater, may the light of Ilmater guide you.
Unfortunately, you told him we'd get away. We're going to turn him in. We're going to give him back. If he tries to get away, I'll grab him again with the big long arms, and we'll take him in with his buddy.
Librarian. I need a deal, and I should.
I will point at my special constable badge. Ook.
You may have made the deal, sister, but we agreed to no such thing.
Like,
You held
and-
up your end of the bargain.
Lohai
And
will
then-
turn to address our new friend.
Yeah, you see a couple of the city watch have come around the corner at this point and just say, "Who's been shooting guns?"
oh, it was them. It was awfully awful.
Give
I'm
me
going
a
to point at the
deception
unconscious.
check.
Yeah, I'll point at the unconscious one as well, the one I'm sitting on.
That's a natural 20.
Eh.
Well, they look and they just say, "And you were thinking of letting them go? I don't really think that's your call."
No, they came up to us. We have them both. They're being held as they come up. One's unconscious, and this other one, I will grab if you want me to do a contested check as he comes out. But
You're
we're not
holding
letting
him.
him go. Yeah, we're
Are
not.
you holding him
Yeah, no,
from the side of the building?
No, that guy we set down. He's unconscious. I basically went ape shit on him until he's dead.
You're pooping him?
No, I just went ape shit on him until he was unconscious, and then this guy, when he comes out, we're not letting them go. I am a special constable.
And the city watch, will take the unconscious one and look at the shopkeeper and just say, "You all right, Feldrit?" And you see him looking around, and he's just like, "It's all right. It's just yeah. Just take him away." And the constables will look at the rest of you and just say, "Thank you for doing your duty," and grab the unconscious one and the other thief and start walking away. And then they stop and they turn around and say, "Oh, just one question. You weren't anywhere near the great library last night, were you?"
Oh.
To be honest, sir, I don't.
Drawn out. Ook, no.
I honestly have no recollection aside from the fact that I woke up with a nasty headache.
No, it's nowhere near as grand as the library we have back in Blackstone.
And
Librarian is going to be shying behind people.
And Hecate, as you sort of speak, you see that one of the city watch sort of walks over and nudges the other one and goes, "Oh yeah, she's clear. That's Puddle Drinker I was telling you about."
Wait,
And
what?
he just sort of stifles a snicker.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
and
like,
says,
what?
"Right.
What did I do?
Oh, it's all right. Don't worry about it, Puddle. It's all good." And they will just say, a big book was stolen from the library last night, so we're just in case anybody knew anything about it. But don't worry, you're in the clear. We heard all about that. And they will drag the two thieves away.
I guess he should have been faster with his confession. Oh well. It will be good. Ilmater guide him. Did you drink from a puddle last night?
Kellenver,
Ooh.
forgive me, I don't remember.
I don't remember much either.
Ook.
And
Let's keep going.
with that, the shopkeeper will stop you and just say, "Sorry, sir, can you help me? I even with them gone, there is something still missing from my shop."
The key? Wait, I was outside, never mind.
You would have heard him. He would have been pretty loud about it.
Yeah, so
And he
okay,
just
then the key.
says, "I'm a locksmith, and the key was a gift from my father, who had this establishment before me. And it's one of the few things I have left to remember me by. And clearly, the half-orcs stole it for some nefarious purpose."
I want to insight that.
Right? Give me an insight check. Seems to be truthful.
Huh, okay then.
And
Lohai
he,
will. Oh,
he just sort of keeps saying, it's like, I don't have a lot, but I can offer you. And he sort of counts up, it's like 20 gold each if you can return the key to me. That's a fair bit of wages, but you've already saved my shop once, so I'd be glad to offer you that if you could bring this key back to me.
and the man in the robes at the door will just sort of incline his head for a moment as if deep in thought, and then say, "We shall have a conversation with this half-orc friend. And might I say that it is the wise locksmith who uses the strongest locks on his own shop. And he turns around and walks away.
And then after that, he just turns to Camilla and just says, it's a relatively plain key made of copper, with a like a double zigzag sort of lightning bolt thing at the. Was he just mocking me?
No, he wasn't. He just does that. But why is this key so special?
Well, it was from my father, and it's one of the first sort of master keys he ever made.
A master key?
Yes, there's a few of them. They're very old. They open different locks in the city that certain other ones, won't.
Like what?
Like a skeleton key.
Oh yeah, very much like a skeleton key. Well, one never really knows till you try it.
So it's magical?
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
I wonder if there's a connection with the library, the book that was stolen last night.
Yes, when did the thieves say that their friend came? What time?
This morning.
Well, maybe it wasn't connected then, because I mean, if the other thief came after the book was stolen.
Whoa.
Or if he found out about the keys in the book.
Mm.
Or perhaps this is a city full of crime and things get stolen all the time that have nothing to do with one another.
And I'll pat him on the back for that insight.
Have you heard of there's another gunsmith similar to me. His name is Chekhov. He has something to say about this sort of thing.
Oh yes, his gun.
I'm afraid I don't follow science fiction, but let us head down to Barge End.
All right, let's do so.
All right, and Theldred just again says, thank you. I'll definitely make it worth your while in the end. And with that, you guys are off to the shanty town down by the far end of the river. Let me grab the rest of your tokens.
Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow.
And how do you guys want to go about this approach? Do you want to ask around, since you do have a name, or do you want to just wander the docks and try and spot someone who matched that description?
Ask around.
I'll have Samuel look.
Lohai's more of the stand back and observe sort of individual, so he'll be looking around for people, not necessarily trying to be.
Is there a taller building in a central part of the area?
No, you are down by the dockside, and you find nearly all of these are, single story, just literal shanties.
Like I
so
meant
easy enough for you to climb.
No, like a crane or a spire of a church or that kind of thing that would be higher than the buildings that are there. Because it's
what he's asking you is he'd like to be Batman.
I know exactly what he's asking for. Unfortunately, not in this area. Like getting on top of the shanty roofs would be the best you could do, because most of these boats are all barges and other types of
crow's nests.
No crow's nests. I mean, because as you come down, it ends abruptly down by the Sellington River in this tumble of shacks, docks, and a few warehouses. You hear the shouts of fishmongers, the creaking of wagons, and the cacophony of shrieking gulls ever present here. Up ahead, the wide bank is so crowded with boats, from simple fishing vessels to wide river barges, it is nearly impossible to see the water at all unless one looks well away from shore. So, for those of you that want to ask around, give me an investigation check, please. And anyone who wants to, Lohai, if you were just going to wander, give me a perception check.
What about the owl?
The owl can also give a perception check.
All right. And he has advantage from keen sight.
Well, I guess I'll start questioning people. Ook, 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 oo.
Friend
Oh,
Abe,
wrong
I
one.
believe it would be best if you accompanied one of us.
I can understand him, can't you?
Yes, but I don't think anybody else would. That's why you should accompany one of us.
Oh
22.
yes, most definitely.
Yep, your owl flies around and screeches and then comes back and flies down to your shoulder. And just as about at that same time, as you guys are sort of wondering, you don't find anyone who readily wants to sort of speak to you. And so you continue sort of wandering and looking around. And as you are doing so, Lohi, you catch in the center area of this dock area. Move you down here as you guys are on the docks and looking around. You see stacking a crate in one of the barges near the center, about a 6 foot tall half orc with light olive skin. You see numerous scars, and the sun just glints a little bit off this iron capped tusk protruding from his lower lip. And
You mark him? I can't see him.
I see him.
right
Oh, there.
there, I just put him on. And as you notice this, you actually hear a shriek and sort of hue and cry come from the boat almost directly in front. And with that, I would say you recognize it almost as a sound of alarm, and the half orc certainly does, and quickly turns and looks in your direction, and immediately you see him look various ways and turn and start to run. I need everyone to roll me initiative, please.
Okay.
Oh god, a chase.
Ook.
All right. Once again, Hecate, you are going to be the first up. What would you like to do?
Wow, all right then. Don't have... How far away is he from me right now? Hello?
He is
Okay, I thought I dropped out there.
a little over 40 feet away, diagonally.
Awesome. All right then. So I'm going to 5. 10. I'm assuming this is a crate I have to like hop over. Right here.
Yes, I mean, you leap onto the first barge, just sort of running across, and you can see there is just a wall of crates that are stacked to a height of 10 feet. So give me either an athletics check to try and climb.
Oops.
Yeah, give me an athletics check to climb through, or you can do a straight strength check if you want to just try and smash through them.
No, I actually just kind of want to like hop on top of them.
All right, you still need to give me an athletics check to climb them.
17.
17, more than enough. Yeah, you are able to climb and get to the top of these crates.
I'm pretty sure that's my full movement. Yes. So yeah, I am going to just point at him. Boom. He's in 30 feet.
Ooh.
I will blind him.
That is a 17.
Damn it. That's it for me.
All right.
Value.
I don't think I have any bonus actions. Not that I could have at least.
All right. But as you are doing so, you can see the person down at the bottom of the barge is just sort of looks like, what are you doing on my barge? Why are you? And you see there's a couple of merfolk that just immediately sort of look at you and just kind of, oh, and this guy jumps into the water and just kind of splashes away.
Sorry, wait, I do have a bonus action. I want to try it. So I can just kind of keep up with him.
All right.
Da, 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 da. Up to 2 creatures of my choice. Okay, so phase step. I'm going to use that. So 30 feet to a space I can see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he is the one I choose to make my the saving throw. So he needs to, another saving throw. And it is wisdom save against being frightened from me.
All right. That is a 13.
Ugh. Well,
What's your
hopefully
DC?
12.
13
He
high as it
still
could
looks
be
pretty.
right now.
Yeah, he still looks pretty frightened at this point as you just teleported beside him.
Boom.
So that takes us to Loha.
Gonna be frightened of this too. I am going to use a lovely little ability called Step of the Wind to take a dash as a bonus action. So I believe that's an additional my movement speed.
All right, which direction are you heading?
Oh, I am heading. Let me. Sorry, let me do this the right way. It's right click, or no, it's space, right?
Right click. It used to be space.
Okay.
You have to give me an athletics check to climb the crates on this. That is more than enough. You easily climb and just flip over and land on your feet.
Excellent. And because I have used Step of the Wind, my jump distance doubles for the rest of my turn. So I jump 20 feet to this place right here.
All right, and as you land in this barge, it is covered in loose fishing nets. Give me a dexterity saving throw, please. You are easily able to pull your feet nimbly in and around them. You make it.
And I will finish my movement there and just smile and bow.
All right. With that, he is going to turn and book it. So you guys will both get attacks of opportunity. Hecate, you hit. Unfortunately, Lohi, you just miss. So roll your damage.
Non-lethal. I want to knock him out.
All right. It's 4 bludgeoning. Yeah, it's a solid blow on his shoulder, and you hear it just as he runs, but he leaps over to here and let's see, gets to there. And just is easily able to keep going and will be able to get to there, and then he will dash and make it to there. Yep, that is where he has ended up as he nimbly leaps across these different boats. That takes us to the library.
Okay, so I am going. He's running, right? So
Yes.
I am going to jump in there. Well, going to move 10 feet here.
All right. As you do, the floor of this boat is covered with slippery swaths of fish and guts.
Climbing
Give
speed?
me a dexterity save, please.
No climbing save. Or climbing speed to.
You still have to cross it. Yeah, you're fine. I mean, it's slick, but you are able to cross, so you may continue moving.
All right, and I'm going to use that movement forward. That was 10 feet to do the long jump
All right.
onto this barge.
Okay. And as you land on this barge, the barge erupts in a huge cloud of feathers as dozens of chickens flutter madly in their cages. So you are just surrounded by feathers and almost blinded. And yeah, you are just behind this wall of chicken feathers right now.
That was
there's
25 feet.
Yeah, and there's a very angry fisherman who turns and immediately starts moving over towards you, and you can see is just about to start yelling and just kind of stops and pauses when she realizes what exactly has hit her barge. Continue.
I'm also holding up my badge. Says Special Constable. So I will continue on. That was 25. So there's 30. And I'm going to continue the double move. And are there dogs on this barge?
On this one, yes, you see 3 guard dogs. And as you move across that second barge, you race across and you step on something and you hear a little click, and an arrow actually sort of pops up, and you see an automated crossbow that fires out at you, and that is going to be a 15 to hit.
That's a hit.
You take 2 piercing damage as this bolt pops into you as you run across.
Oh, I'm coming back to this boat tonight. Okay, so I still have. I landed there. I'm just trying to figure out. Do I have enough to end my speed by end my movement by skipping the dog boat and landing there?
No, that would be a serious athletics check if you want to try that. And I mean, you're on I will say a lot of these jumps are a little more difficult because these piers and boats are rocking and moving, so it is not a smooth jump. So you would have disadvantage.
All right, then I'll use my last bit of movement. Can I end on the boat, or do you want me to end here? I can end here because I am going to second wind.
All right, yeah, you can end there.
And then I'm going to second wind and continue on after him. And I'm going to try and do a jump. So like there, jump, and flying tackle.
All right, as soon as you leap onto the boat, the dog attacks. Almost like they're guard dogs.
Yep.
And it misses as it attempts to bite you.
Yep. Librarian is not doesn't hate dogs. He's just going to keep going.
All right, and that other one was empty, so you leapt onto that. Give me a dexterity saving throw, as once again, these fishing nets are all around this boat and just grabbing onto your legs.
Motherfucker, I'm pushing my luck.
Entangled in them.
I think our Discord went down for 2 seconds. Did you hear it? The end of Ian's thing?
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah. My Discord went weird there for a second. And then, I'm going to end with the flying tackle. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, good. Okay. So that's going to be athletics for the final one?
Straight up attack roll.
Oh, so D20 plus 3. 13.
Yeah, you do not hit. He sees you coming and just sort of pushes you aside. So you are basically on the barge with him, and it is rocking back and forth.
Yeah, what does 300 pounds flying into a small barge that's only 15 feet by 10 do?
Well, you're lucky you didn't fall in with that dexterity save, though. You're good. All right, that will take us to Lady Hercival. And your owl is following and circling around, I assume.
Yeah, he's gonna go give me the help action.
All right.
And then I'm seeing all this trouble they're very narrowly avoiding on these boats. This is a road, right?
That is a roof. That is the road.
Okay, so there's no along the side of the bank road.
No.
All right, so that
you
changes
could
and
go
reduce
up
it.
the street and then come back down the next one, but you figure that would take you roughly 24 seconds.
Okay. This is within range. So Lady Hercival is going to run down here. Is this an acceptable path?
Yes, that is a perfectly clear path. Now, these crates are stacked up 10 feet high, and you have a fisher person on this barge who is looking at you, and if, you know,
I will say
really
duck. Do they duck?
Are you drawing your weapon?
I have drawn my weapon. Everyone else is attacking.
She does not duck. She just looks at you and steps off the barge into the
No, don't. Oh, okay.
and
I
starts
would like to use
swimming to the pier.
my I guess if she's swimming, then I won't throw a rope in. But I would like to take a shot, and I would like to spend both of my grit points on a violent shot.
All right.
So 5 or below is a misfire, but I have advantage. But it'll be 3d10 if I land. That's a 25.
Oh, that hits.
All right, just roll this like this. 23.
Wow. Yeah, with 23, just this crimson spray blasts out. And I mean, sorry to tell you, the librarian, you're also covered in this, and you just hear this sort of gasp as most of this half-orc's shoulder is completely blasted and is hanging limp from his body right now.
But is he dead?
He is not dead.
Yay, I didn't kill him.
He is hanging on to life, but not by much.
All right. Unfortunately, I can't non-lethal him from here, so I won't action surge and shoot him again. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right. Camilla.
All right, can I walk this way? Like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You could. It is half movement as soon as you get into the water area.
Oh, but is it half movement on a boat?
It's not half movement onto a boat. It's just that first one is slick with fish and fish guts. So give me a dexterity saving.
Okay, I'm good with these ones.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, it's slippery, but you are able to hold your footing across the boat.
All right, can I jump from this boat to here?
Yes. Are you running, or are you just
I'll
trying
run
to...
and jump from there, and just go kind
All
of.
right. Yep. Then you're able to do that. And once again, there's just these chickens that erupt, and so this wall of feathers is around you as they all just excitedly sort of screech and scream. So you are completely surrounded by feathers, and you just hear the person on there. Oh, for the love of Morrigan!
I am sorry. Ilmator bless you, and I'll drop like a copper. Or you know what? I'm gonna drop a gold because somehow I have 40-something gold in my pocket, and I don't remember why. So sorry about all this. Okay, so
also this is a one shot.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 30, 35.
And as you step across, another little crossbow pops out, fires a dart at you. That is a 13 to hit.
No.
It just pings off your armor harmlessly.
And I just don't even let it phase me. So 35, 45, 55, 60. Sorry about this. Apprehending a criminal. Just tipping gold to people.
And yeah, as you throw gold, the sailor on that barge that you walk through is just really just sort of drunk and just sort of looks at you, it's all right.
Yes, I understand. And that's the end of my turn.
All right. Top of the round, Hecate.
All right, I am going to brandish my holy symbol, the scales of Kalimvor, in the direction of the half-orc iron tusk that we're trying to track down. I'm going to do this, and I'm just going to say, hold. Oh, shoot, I meant to cast that at level 2. Oh, no, never mind, just level 1.
Yeah, just level 1, unless you're trying to stop more than one person.
Nope.
That is a 5.
Yes!
You see him just lock up and freeze in place. Low high.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to make this movement. First, he's going to sort of look over at Hecate and go, there is
Sorry.
often much satisfaction in a clean shot. Clearly, there's much enjoyment to be had from a messy one as well.
Don't kill him, please. I'm trying not to kill him. I don't want to have to save him.
I'm not going to kill him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to... sorry, it's that to there to there.
All right, and the dogs are going to get an attack on you as you move through their space. That is going to be a 6. That is not even close.
Oh, excellent. So I am going to sort of land on this dock and immediately attempt to smash the half-orc iron tusk atop the head.
That hits. Roll your damage.
8 bludgeoning, and I am going to attempt to knock him out.
That more than knocks him out. I mean, you see this wound on his shoulder, and as you smash him with your quarterstaff, he crumples into the fishing nets on this barge.
Was he at 1 health?
No, it was non-lethal, so he's at 0. So
Excellent. Low high will bow, and then immediately rifle through his pockets.
rifling through his pockets,
Ook.
you find
We're looking for something he stole. We're not committing a crime.
I like how I'm not even describing what I'm saying, and you guys are figuring it out pretty well.
Calmly
you
walk
find
towards them from the roads.
you find a small hand-drawn map in his belongings and a coin purse with 6 gold pieces and 3 silver pieces in it. And you also find a small vial.
Ook. Uncork it and sniff it. Is it
Give me
poison?
a perception check.
Wow.
It is not a potion of poison. It is a slightly bubbling reddish potion. You recognize it as a potion of heat.
Ook.
And do I discover a key of some description on it?
You do not. You only find the map, the coin purse, and this vial.
Excellent. I am going to stand up and look around and see if I can discover anyone who is paying us any undue attention. I mean, aside from the fact that we just, ran this man down, shot him, and then beat him to within an inch of his...
I only shot him a little bit.
Ook.
I'm afraid that
As
there's
I'm
no
pointing
such
at
thing
the
as shooting
boats.
someone a little bit.
That's not true. I shot that man earlier a little bit. He only took like 5 damage.
You look around and I mean, these 3 dogs are barking madly. You see most of the fisher people and the ones in the dock are looking, and then they just go about their business again. I will say you do notice The young halfling woman who seemed to yell an alarm is nowhere to be found.
Oh.
Can I try and bare my fangs at the dogs with an intimidation to get them to be quiet, or would that be animal handling?
No, you can try an intimidation.
Where was the halfling woman?
She
standing?
was originally in the fishy boat over there, and you looking around, you recognize that she is absconded.
You booked it
She
the
was clearly
second
some
I
sort
hit
of
the boat.
yeah. Basically, you realize she was probably some sort of friend or lookout, but everybody else who is here is they're going about their business now.
This is kind of town.
Just another day in Luskin.
Okay. Well, I'm going to suggest that our half-orc friend is not dead, and living men can still tell many tales. And so perhaps we should provide him a comfortable and secluded place with which to tell us.
Ook. And I will grab him by a ankle, and we will drag him back to somewhere we can.
I'm going to do my best to have... Do I have medicine? I do. I'm going to... I don't want to waste a healing spell on him, so I'm just going to, patch his wounds.
Do you have a healer's kit or
I have
Do
a
I have
herbalism kit and the medicine.
I have a priest pack. I think an herbalism kit is in there.
Herbalism kit is just a smoke
Or a
box.
healer's kit.
You got your rolling papers, your weed.
Oh
You're
my
looking for a
god.
mortar and pestle, not whatever you're selling.
To close wounds, perhaps sometimes you must open minds.
Oh, never mind. I don't have one like that. Never mind.
I am.
I will attempt to bind this man's wounds and make him a bit more comfortable. Poultices and pressure points, that sort of thing.
All right, give me an investigation check. Yeah, it doesn't take you guys long. From when you were looking around before, you pull him into one of these sort of half-empty shanties that are down here, and you're able to make him moderately comfortable and put a poultice on him. And after about a half hour, he just sort of groans and his eyes kind of flutter open. He looks pretty weak.
He'll wake up to 2 giant yellow eyes and 2 giant yellow fangs.
And the haunted eyes of Camilla standing watch over him at the foot of his bed.
And if we've got half an hour, Lohi will be in the corner just cross-legged and meditating so that he can get his key points.
Oh, as a
Yeah,
tragically
I'm also
say,
short resting
he
Yeah,
was
short resting.
Lohi dough.
and reloading. I'll reload my gun.
I
All
got
right,
my
and
face
he will open his eyes and just look at you and just says, "Who are you?"
What was the shopkeeper's name?
The Idrat? What? How do you say it?
Feldret.
Feldret.
Friends of Feldred. I believe you took something of his.
What about it?
And I'm just casually inspecting the gun, spinning the chamber around while we're talking to him.
I'm going to show him
Give me an intimidation check.
I can assist.
Did you see what this did to his arm?
And I'll show him the badge at the same time.
16?
I'm gonna.
He looks at you and just sort of says, "I've been hurt worse. What do you want?"
That master key.
Merely a key.
Just a key. It was a job. I was hired. I took it.
Who did you give
Who
it
did you
to?
take it to?
What's it worth to you?
Your life?
Is that a deception or is that an intimidation?
That's truth.
Oh, all right. Give me another intimidation roll with advantage.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Yeah, he looks at you and you see him wince as he tries to sort of move. And he just says, "All right, it was the Green Dagger Gang hired me. He told me just to steal this plain copper key from the locksmith. I
What do you
already met him and made the train this morning.
What do you know about the Green Dagger Gang?
Well, I've only met 2 of them. One looked real sick. The other one was a fancy lad elf. They paid me. That's all I care about.
Where did you meet them?
I met them up in the river quarter by their house. I got some map. And,
Give it to us.
and you see him, he checks his pocket and he just says, it's not, one of you take it when I was knocked out.
Low high.
You lost it.
Low high.
I find many things in many places. Maps, for example, are, and I pull out my map and look over it. One of my specialties, and so he has basically told us that this map leads us to the Green Dagger Gang.
Yes.
Tell me, do you know anything of a robbery at the library last night?
Oh.
No.
I don't believe. I don't believe anything.
Give
At
me an
this
insight
time,
check.
can I cock the great crossbow I have with my feet?
17. Good Lord, Brendan, what the hell do you want tonight?
Percy.
Yeah, you look at him and he clearly looks confused. He does not know why you're bringing up the library.
All right, take him to the constable.
Low High will stand up and heft his quarterstaff and look down at Iron Tusk and say, "Some men have more teeth than brains." And he'll lay his quarterstaff along the man's mouth and say, "Do not make us correct this imbalance."
Can you take me to the hospital? I'm pretty badly hurt here.
The constable will see to your medical needs.
I'll drag him to the hospital.
No,
I'll die in
pass.
the dirt if the constables get me.
All right, we will take him to the local temple of Ilmater.
I cast Cure Wounds. It's like here.
Oh, now I cock the second crossbow, so they're both aimed at him.
Because honestly, Hecate's idea is I don't want to take the time to take him to the constable. Let's just tie him up, tell the constable where he is, and this keeps him from dying.
All right, yeah, you're easily able to bind him, and he just every time you sort of jar his shoulder, which even with your healing still looks like it is going to be scarred and permanently injured.
Oh, and I will eat a banana and leave the peel on top of his head as we leave.
I love this monkey.
There's gonna be the hands go right for his throat until he corrects himself.
Herself.
Herself.
I am Lady Hercival Friedrichstein von Musil Roller the Third.
I will do the whole monkey from Florida bit.
All right,
monkeys
and he will shake his head, but he can't quite get the peel off his head, and he says, "I don't deserve this. This is rude.
You broke into a man's place of business.
It's my job. Is it your job to shoot people?"
Ooh.
No, it's a hobby.
All right, so we leave him?
Yes, and Low High will leave him with, "Let this humiliation lead to enlightenment." And he'll turn.
All right. With that, we will take a short bathroom break, and then you guys can head over to the River District to track down the Green Dagger Gang.
Awesome.
This character is chaotic good.
Also, guys.
Down initially.
Also, guys, my bad. I forgot I had guidance. So I'm gonna remind me to start spamming that.
I also have guidance too. Remind me.
All right, BRB.
I do not. I have shocking grasp.
I didn't know that I had a bonus action to spend here without a key point, but
yeah, you get one
turns out
attack.
that, Yeah, it turns out that martial arts, when you hit somebody with your fist or with
You
your...
literally played up to like level 15 or 16 with a monk in the party.
Yes, but I didn't necessarily get that information. I just always thought he was doing flurry of blows all the
He was mostly, I think, using the patient defense
maybe it's
as his bonus action, like every turn.
Yeah, I don't have. Oh no, I do have patient defense.
Yeah, you get that
It's,
flurry of blows and step of the wind.
Dodge action as a bonus action on your. Yeah, no, he was using that a lot. I'm a way of the open hand monk, not a drunken monk. So,
Yeah, he got extra benefits with that, I believe.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, that was like a swaying stagger or whatever it was called.
Yeah, I think he got to do it for free without spending a key point or something like that. He gets some kind of benefit.
Yeah, no, I
All right,
actually.
I
do
will
have to
be
spend.
right back.
Yeah, same here.
Back.
How did you guys like that chase?
That was fun.
I was going to say that. I actually didn't really do a lot of the stuff, but it was still fun.
Yeah, I'm sorry I kind of spent a lot of time doing that monkey jumping shit. Ape.
It's not a problem. I mean, it didn't slow anything down. It's just you hit a lot of the different barges, which are different, things to hit, of course.
No, it's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this character, surprisingly. I thought it was going to be hard to roleplay.
So, a quick question. I can technically prepare 7 spells, but I only have 6 spell slots. So I can't actually cast 7 spells.
Multi-class
That is correct.
Okay.
It's probably from our god, right? It's one of your.
No, it's from my sub race. As an elder, and I got a +1 to my wisdom. Actually,
that would not use a spell slot though, like a racial spell. They just have
it's
like
not
a one use.
it's not a racial spell because it's my cleric level plus my proficiency bonus, right, which is 5. Because level 3 proficiency bonus of 2 is 5, and then my wisdom is a +2.
Wait, why would I do your proficiency bonus?
That's what it says.
I'm
Unless I
confused.
As a
misread it.
cleric?
Oh, my
Wisdom
bad. I'm not supposed
clarify.
to be I'm not supposed to be adding my proficiency bonus. I'm sorry. I thought I did. I thought I was reading it, and like I swear it said proficiency bonus. And I was like, but that means I have 7 spells. What?
I mean, you still have 5 spells and your domain spells. So
Yeah.
you do have 7 spells.
Oh, right. What are my domain spells?
What's your domain?
Grave. So I have Bane and False Life. And Spare the Dying as my cantrip. So I can cast Bane and False Life for free.
Yeah.
Meow. Sorry.
I mean, it's a cleric spell, but Bane is such a nice one to always have locked and loaded.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, now I want to bring the librarian into Thursday night.
Well, pretty
I
simple.
don't think an orangutan would do well in the winter.
Well, I was
Just kill
gonna
off
say
your centaur.
Why is everything still
after giving us your
dark?
stuff.
Oh, you just want that
bring the librarian to the next Wednesday night game after Storm King.
That's a better idea, yeah.
I don't think you're going to survive Hykos.
Why?
Because it's basically fantasy Imperial Russia, but instead of Peter II ascending the throne, someone competent. But this is actually going to kind of happen like during a time when an incompetent person's on the throne. I haven't quite decided which in my line of kings it is.
Well, I'm thinking based on the books, and because how little the librarian actually does magic in the books, I think I'm going to make him primarily fighter or barbarian.
Barbarian.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because then I can go librarian poopy on people.
Orangutan smash. Or ape smash.
And the long arms are a lot of fun.
Alright, I am back. Is everyone else back?
Brendan?
I'm back.
Yep.
All right, I think we're all here. With that, you guys following this map, you find yourself at the end of a dead-end avenue, and you see a large two-story building sits abandoned. The windows are boarded up, the walls sag, and the roof is riddled with holes. A modest stable is located underneath an overhang of the building, and the second floor contains a large outdoor porch. This part of the river quarter has many buildings like this, some of which provide shelter for the poor and homeless, but this one looks truly abandoned. Certainly this building was once a grand merchant house, but now it is no more than an empty wreck. So you see there is the front door there. The stables are up over here. What would you guys like to do?
Ook! And I'm going to point up at the porch and I'm going to go take a look up there. Where is it up top?
Yeah, as you go and climb up, it's basically just sort of over top of the main door here. You can see that there is what appears to be a walkway, and you can see that this walkway runs along the central roof of the mansion, and its sides are sort of fenced in with wrought iron bars, and you see a large number of pigeons nesting in the eaves around it, their feathers and droppings sort of littering the patio and the balcony.
But there's no people up here?
You don't see any people. You see there are sets of double doors on either end of this walkway.
So I'll head back to the group and then mime the double doors and no people. Ook, ook, ook.
And Lowhigh will shrug and keep walking.
All right. Yeah, you see as you move forward, with the overhang, there is still some light that comes through because most of the wood here has been, battered. And you find yourself at the entrance to the covered stables. And they're nestled below this broad overhang, but they don't appear to be in any use. There are 4 stalls that are empty. Their floor is covered in old straw and filth. In the back, in the recesses, though, down here, you notice a small door hiding in the shadowy recesses of the overhang.
When the universe closes a door, it often opens a completely different door, and then he'll walk in.
Ook. And like facepalm, but like giant orangutan facepalm, which takes a lot longer.
All right, what are you guys doing?
Are
All
these
right, I will
barrels
go
here?
in.
I'd like to have the owl do a once-over of the building.
All right. It does so. It flies around and comes back, lands on your shoulder.
Anything interesting?
It just looks and just kind of shakes its head.
All right,
I'm gonna
then.
poke my head into each of these stalls just to make sure that there's nobody hiding in them.
All right. You poke your head in and sort of look around, and you don't notice any people. Give me a perception check.
A mere 12.
You do hear the soft sort of fluttering sounds and coming down out of the overhangs, you see some large sort of flying creatures which quickly alight and move to attack. Everybody roll me some.
Okay.
What are these?
Flying
Folk?
creatures.
They look like giant, terrible mosquitoes, but they flutter down on sort of leathery wings with a kind of sucking sound.
I hate these things.
Every game, it's always Sturges.
Oh,
Hey, you didn't make an Arcana check. You don't know these are Sturges.
it's magic bookworms.
That's when you.
Oh.
What you do is you flip it on its head and you make it look like something else because they're experienced Magic players, or not Magic players, Dungeons and Dragons players, and you make the Hydra heal from fire or something.
Yep. All right. Going first again is Hecate or Hecate.
Good lord. Why am I rolling so high on initiative? They're not in melee range. I can't smack them, right?
They have fluttered around. The one up by Lohi, I would say, is closer to the ground, but mostly they're just coming out of the ceiling at this point. So they're about 10 feet above.
Okay, I'm going to move in. And I have a light crossbow. I'm going to try shooting my light crossbow at one. At that one. See how that works out.
It works out pretty well as that sturge just explodes in the air. Just
All right. Woot.
Lady Hercival.
All right. Don't see the point in getting my gun out for this. Lady Hertzful will draw her longbow because it doesn't have a misfire chance, and fire her longbow. Well, first she'll move here and have the owl give advantage, Samuel, and then fire at the Sturge. $22.
That is a hit. Another disturbing pop, and Samuel will alight on the ground and immediately start picking at it. The one here by Lohi, though, is going to fly down and attempt to bite onto.
Man, when you're going low, high, do.
All right, so yeah, it lands and manages to just attach itself to your neck, Lohi. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
So the start of, so it's attached itself, so it hasn't.
You
drained
take
any
no,
blood yet.
you take no damage, but it is attached to you.
Oh,
You
okay. So my attempt to okay, I can use my action to detach it. So I will in
Yes.
fact use my action to grab it and rip it off my neck.
All right, that happens. You rip it away, and it sort of flutters up into the air. Any movement? Any bonus?
That was not an attack action, so I don't think I can.
No flurry
yeah,
of
I use
blows.
an attack action. Yes. Okay. That was an action, and it. I will simply, be prepared.
All right, Camilla.
Okay, I will go 5, 10, 15, and attack this Sturge right here. I'm finally attacking. Yay!
Oh, that hits. You stab right through it, and it is shish kebabbed at the end of your rapier, and you can just flick it against the wall, and it sort of wetly slide. That is it for the Sturgis.
Okay. Yay!
What would you guys like to do?
I guess go in the house? I don't know.
Were these two things next to me barrels, or were they just more hay?
They are empty barrels that look like they have been there for about 20 years.
Oh.
I'm going to draw my rapier and my pistol.
I will ready an action for anything that comes out.
Oh, and I'll hold up my finger. I'll climb back up and see, has anybody come out on the roof?
Nobody has come out on the roof.
Already
Everything
in action
seems
as
very
well.
quiet.
Is it only the first floor? Is it the first floor where the patio is? Like it's on the first floor?
Climbs up to the second story is where the patio was.
Okay, so I should be able to use my reach and I can pull everybody up. If they're willing to. Like, I'll lean over the balcony and be like, oak, and then my big long arm will come down, and I can pull each of you up.
Well, you find, with that balcony, because of the way the walkway is done, it's fenced in with wrought iron bars, so you would not be able to get people through them. You can climb up to the side of it, but you wouldn't be able to pull people up to get to it.
Oh, okay.
And I will say, give me a... Actually, no, I'm not even going to make you roll a perception check. The roof looks pretty weak to your eyes. You can see there are lots of holes in it, and you're not necessarily sure how much weight it will hold.
Okay, well, I'll head back down to the group and try and describe that. I guess I'll show my hands like a roof. One hand like a roof, and then my other hand will come like a fist and go through it and break it, and I'll point at the roof after I do it.
Patrick, do I understand the language he's speaking? Which is monkey?
It is ape, good sir.
Ape.
Same thing.
I think that's up to you how much you are actually catching. You've spent some time with them, so I think you would all have a general understanding of his communication style.
So we would know he wants us to go up into the roof and
He
climb
doesn't
down.
want us to go up on the roof.
Oh, he doesn't want us to go... Okay. Alright, well then, let's open one of these doors. I see doors.
There are two doors. There's a small one here in front of you in the shadows, and then the larger sort of main entrance.
When one is looking for thieves, one must go where the light isn't, and he will point towards the door with the door in the barn.
I mean, ook, that seems obvious. Why don't we go in the front door?
Yeah, why don't we just go in the front door?
Lowhigh will walk up to the door and sort of give it a test.
It is closed, and, well, you're not necessarily sure if it is locked. There is no give to it as you try and push.
If one wants to push,
front door?
then Lowhigh will pull.
Doesn't move. Give me an insight check.
19.
You don't think the door is necessarily locked, but you think it is probably barricaded or nailed shut. So it would take a good, sort of shoulder to it to break your way through.
Lowhigh will stroke his chin in thought and say, perhaps the front door, and we'll walk down this way.
Can I use my reach to try and open the front door?
The front door opens quite easily.
but I'm going to stand 5 feet back in case it's trapped, and it might get my hand, but...
All right. Yeah, you are easily able to turn the handle and you sort of push it. It's old and the door squeaks, but it opens.
Oak. And I'll hold up my badge, oak, 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 into the building.
As you peer around inside it, you see 2 sputtering torches in rusty brackets provide only dim light in what must have been a once grand entry hall. Even now, the fine wall frescoes depicting the city are still visible beneath a thick layer of grime and dust. On the far wall, above a pair of rotten double doors, is a crudely painted dagger done in bright green paint. 2 other doors, one half open, are the only other features of this trash-ridden chamber. And so the door to the west, which is the door up that you guys are looking at, is the one that is half open.
Um,
And you see a hallway stretching out from it.
So, Patrick, the door to the north, this door right here, there was a handle, yes?
There was a handle. You could, turn it, but the door was not moving at all.
Okay. Before we walk in, I'm gonna walk back into the barn here. Do I see any like old broom handles or tools or pieces of lumber, perhaps?
You're easily able to find a piece of lumber and sort of, old barn wood, something like that.
Excellent. I will just approach here, and then I shouldn't have been able to see through the door when I stepped to there. So I'll move back here. I'm just gonna move here, and I'm just gonna jam it into the door, so that anybody attempting to escape this way will make a bit more noise than they were intending to.
Oh, that'd be
Okay.
great when we're trying to make our escape later.
I have full confidence in us.
All right. Yep.
Overcome this obstacle that I have placed.
You are able to sort of jam it in. You don't know how much noise it'll make, but it'll certainly generate some noise. What else would you guys like to do?
Excellent. And that's all I wanted.
I'll gather up 3 stones and cast magic stone on them.
Would a bullet be an acceptable target for magic stone?
I was going to ask that to Patrick, but
It's not a stone.
That is-
Well, I
Excuse
mean,
me?
like, what is metal but stone? Tough
What is
can
metal
then.
but like melted stone?
No, I don't think so. Ian, give me an intelligence check as you try and cast this spell with your hangover.
Oh. Check, not save.
Yeah, just check. You're fine. It actually hurts your brain a little bit, but you're fine.
Oak. Oak.
I told you to take that aspirin earlier.
Pray tell, what is an aspirin?
Oh, it's made out of white willow bark, and it helps with headaches, especially those from hangovers.
And I'll enter, I guess, because everybody's kind of crowded around the door. No one's going in, and I will grab 2 people by the hand and bring them in with me.
All right. So yeah, you guys find yourselves in this entryway. There's the large double doors in front of you, the 2 doors heading east and west, and the one to the west is slightly ajar.
Why do people insist on making their doors out of jars?
It is a question for the agent.
Get out.
Why do people
Go to
insist
your
that
room.
north isn't the top of the map?
Next time you say I draw my weapon, I'm going to ask you, what are you drawing it in?
Oh, he's gone. He's long gone.
Did somebody say get
I'm
out,
in
or
my
was
room
that the DM being
Oh,
bad?
crap, he came
That was the
back.
DM.
Shit. All right,
Okay.
so which way do we go? Oak.
Well, I'm looking up this way. Do I see Do I
You see, I mean,
empty
it's a
hallway?
torchlit hallway. You see that there are 4 doors, 2 to the left and 2 to the right as you look down the hallway, but it is otherwise empty.
Hmm. I will. I will stand here and uh, wait for my companions to finish inspecting the this disgusting entry.
All right.
I think I hear what's his face in there. Oh crap! What's his name? Your Winthrop.
We don't talk about that person.
All right. What are you guys doing? We got to move this along.
All right. Let's just go through the ajar door.
Yeah, let's do that.
One by one rooms.
All right. What's your marching order?
Let's all open a door at once.
Yeah,
Who
let's do that.
is-
Sure,
All right,
I'll go with
I
that too.
think Hecate. I think Hecate should go first. She
Okay.
seems like to have the highest armor class.
18.
Yep, and I will follow behind her.
All right. Which door do you want to open, Hecate? There's 2 on the left and 2 on the right.
I was just going to go through the one that's already open.
Oh, that one, yeah, it opens into a hallway, and then there are 4 closed doors down the hallway.
I'm just going to open the first door.
All right. You find yourself looking into a small chamber, and you see a human corpse dressed in simple leathers slumped against the far wall, a crossbow draped across his lap. The corpse's eyes are swollen shut, and there's a sickly green tinge to his skin.
Ooh, I got a feeling he was poisoned. And of course, I didn't take, detect poison or anything like that. I'm going to, turn around and just kind of, communicate like the librarian. Poison corpse. I will still step into the room just to kind of get a closer look at the thing.
All right.
See
And
if
you
there's
can see
anything useful on the body.
well, there is the very nice crossbow sitting in his lap. Give me a perception check.
I will guidance myself.
Ook. And I will bring her back before she grabs it. Oh, she's just looking at it. Okay.
Just looking at it. I don't even need the guidance, but
Yeah, you see a light crossbow sitting on his lap, which looks perfectly reasonable and functional. You also see a belt pouch just on the side of this body.
what's in the belt pouch?
As she's reaching,
You reach out and just even sort of touch it with your foot, and you just hear the familiar clinking of coin.
All right, I'm going to scoop it up.
All right.
Oh.
Quickly sort of, undoing the drawstring and looking at it, you quickly see that there are 18 gold pieces in it.
Okay. Toss it behind me and for whoever wants it. And nothing else about the corpse. It's are there bolts? Not this
Yeah, with the crossbow, and you can see he's got a small case of quarrels that is sort of, behind his back, and there's 8 quarrels left. Give me a medicine check if you want to do anything sort of more with the body.
I was going to ask if I can see if he was actually poisoned. So that'd be guidance again. So that'd be 18.
Yeah, it doesn't appear to be poison to your eyes. It looks like he had some kind of sickness which infected his eyes, but looking at it, it looks like he died possibly of dehydration.
Okay, that's weird.
One should not be in this room anymore.
Yeah, I'm a go. I'm going to say a prayer to Kalimvor over him. And I'm going to go and any objections to opening the next door?
Nope.
I hear none. Do it.
Oh wait, did you grab that guy's crossbow?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have a light crossbow, 8 quarrels, and a long table dominates the center of this chamber, surrounded by a number of patchwork chairs. A few cracked plates and moldy scraps of food litter the tabletop, which has been marked with a crude dagger shaped in green paint.
And it said this was the Green Dagger Gang, correct?
Yes.
They're very apt with their symbolism.
Um,
And give me a perception check as you move into the room.
I was just gonna ask that guidance again. Oh,
Yeah, it looks like this place hasn't been, sort of cleaned up or tidied in quite some time. The food definitely looks, spoiled and old.
okay. Nothing else of interest in here?
Nothing else of interest necessarily.
Okay.
How did you just move through that wall, Camilla?
I have no idea. I'm trying just to find.
Oh, roll
So
20.
we
Great.
can't see. I hate
Can you still see
dynamic
through all
lighting.
dynamic lighting?
I hate dynamic lighting so much.
I
Yes,
actually
in fact-
have dynamic lighting today. Woo! I see nothing.
And in fact, standing right here, I see the thing that you're not really supposed to see right now as a very thin sliver, but that's okay.
That's fine.
I open the
pretend.
next door.
Left or right?
Well, I only see this one here. Off to the right. Sorry, left. I meant left, but whatever. Big door.
You see, this is a junk room. It is just choked with broken furniture and garbage. And you actually hear just a couple of rats scurry away as you open.
All right, I open the other one beside me.
All right. This pungent odors waft out of what must be the kitchen. You see a large work table covered with rotted food and haunted by swarms of flies lurking against the west wall. A cold fire pit stands in the corner next to a heap of dirty pots and clay crocks.
I am seriously starting to think they abandoned this place. So how did they do the exchange here?
Oak, and I'll point at the double doors and the other hallway.
I
There's
suspect
Well,
more
let's-
to this key than we were told.
Let's just finish going down here first. Oh, this just leads back outside, it looks like.
Yeah, and you see
Okay.
that door has it's piles of furniture and scrap that are pushed in front of it. So, it was barricaded that way.
They're trying to keep something out.
Oak?
Double doors is
I
a...
will,
Yeah. I open the double
I will
doors.
make a quick perception check in this room to see what I can see about this former.
From the kitchen, you don't notice anything other than just sort of rotted food, and the flies are swirling around. There is just this terrible sort of smell coming from the leftover food that doesn't smell natural to your nose. Give me a medicine. If you have...
I do have I have proficiency, and I have a herbalism kit, which means I know
yeah,
something about
you get the sense that whatever was cooked in here at some point was obviously tainted. Whether it was poison or something else, there was definitely something rancid or bad about the food.
They put the paint.
Yes, I will. I will head out here and knowing this, I'm gonna poke my head into our sick friend's room here and sort of look him over. Does this look like it comports with what I saw in the kitchen?
Yes.
And I'll step out back into the main room and I'll say, perhaps mere sickness is not the only thing tainting this building. Be very careful. There may be some additional substances about.
Ooh.
All right, and as you open the double doors, Hecate, you see what once must served as a lavish sitting room for visitors, is now in a bitter sense of disarray, and a heavy stench of wet fur hangs in the air.
Wet fur?
You see two alcoves featuring a large stone statues of portly merchants flank the doorway. The room beyond is in complete disarray. Once fine furniture is piled into a broken heap in the center of the room atop a soiled rug. Faint light filters through boarded up windows on the far side of the room, and as you as the door sort of swings open, you see standing up and sort of staggering and whimpering a little bit what appears to be a very large hound.
Oak. Oak.
Like a natural hound, or can I tell if it's a hellhound?
Give me a perception check. This is dim light, so you can see it fairly well as it stands up. But yeah, give me a perception check.
Do I know anything about hellhounds with my fancy infernal tattoo?
From where you are in the back, you don't have dark vision, so you can sort of hear things, but you wouldn't be able to see it from there.
Tell me, Patrick, what do my ape eyes see?
Your ape eyes see a very large dog that is a little wobbly on its feet, but it definitely has a throaty growl as you move into the room.
I mean, is it glowing like the token?
Not yet. It's not.
Glowing? It's not necessarily glowing, but you definitely... It does not appear friendly, but it also does not appear well. What would you guys like to do?
Well, before initiative starts, I'm going to toss it a banana. Dogs like food.
Can dogs eat bananas?
Totally.
Is that real?
I don't know if they'll survive, but they totally can eat it.
Yeah, you throw the banana towards it, and it just sniffs it, and then just looks up and just...
Oh, I'll
jerky!
do the...
Throw some jerky!
I don't have jerky. I only
I
have
do!
bananas, and
I
I will
do!
bare my fangs at the dog.
With that, everybody roll initiative.
I don't think it's a vegetarian.
But
Dogs are technically
Yeah,
all
bananas are
you bare your teeth, and the
not
dog
vegetables.
just growls louder. A 12 does not intimidate.
Good God.
I'm still an ape.
And what an ape.
Hey, I'm beating you this time. You're not first.
I rolled a 20.
And I'm not
I
last.
got a 22.
Wow, there it is.
You know what they say: monkey see, monkey do.
Can I kick him with one of my feet?
Sure, it's an unarmed attack.
It doesn't. I don't want to do damage. I just want to. I want him to know he shouldn't say monkey.
Oh, you didn't get in the tracker.
Who didn't?
Quit monkeying around.
Quit monkeying around.
Also
and click
kick.
on the
I
button.
don't see Ian or...
I'm at the bottom.
Oh,
I'm-
you
Same
just...
with me.
Yeah, you literally just showed up in the tracker.
no,
for
I'm-
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same for me.
I seen it for like the last minute or so.
I
Oh,
had
my
a
roll
lag.
20's just slow. Yeah, bit of lag. All right, Lady Hercival, you are up first
All right.
from the back of the pack.
So I can get there, right? That's an extra 10 feet of difficult terrain. That'd be 25 feet, right?
Yes.
All right. So I will push through the party. And while I'm moving through it, I'll say, looks like the Green Dagger Dagger Gang, made a deal on a monkey's paw, and it might have bit him in the ass. And I'll take a shot at the dog.
All right, roll me your attack.
We'll make this a dead-eye shot for advantage. Since my
Well,
owl
they know
is
we're here
outside.
now.
Well, your owl would have followed you.
Okay,
Unless
if
you
the owl's
didn't-
inside,
unless
then
you didn't
I'll...
want it to.
I mean, that's fine. Yeah, the owl can give me advantage instead. I'm okay with saving the grit point. And I will, I'll take a shot at it with a pistol. You guys know what I'm about at this point. 13.
You fire, but the dog is quick enough still, even in its injured state, that it gets out of the way. You shoot wide.
All right, I'll accept that. And I will get out of the way of Hecate.
All right. Hecate, you are up.
I don't want to use my channel divinity just yet on it. It's not undead. I'm just gonna hit it with my crossbow. I forgot to turn off
Nice.
guidance.
That is still a hit. All right, you hit it. Your crossbow sticks into it, and it just kind of whimpers a little bit and then starts growling again.
Wait, it hasn't attacked us yet?
No.
Oh, crap. Sorry, can I retcon that? I thought it was coming at us.
No, I'm growling at it.
It's been growling at you, but it has not. You guys are first in initiative, so.
Apologies. I thought it was actually like making moves to like lunge at us. Can I get a do-over?
I can shoot at it.
Yeah, it you're in initiative, so you think
Yeah.
it's definitely angry at you. So
All right. Can I move
your
off to the
intuition
side here
was
then?
not incorrect.
Okay.
Yeah, you can squeeze in behind the statue.
What are you
Okay, I'm
trying
gonna-
to do, though?
Well,
Low high.
I was going to try and talk it down, but I mean, hey, my intuition is correct. It's going to try and attack us, so we're going to keep the attack action.
Also, it looks a little hellhoundy, so yeah.
Yes, and Lowhigh will move to the corner here, and he'll simply remark that while harming an animal is anathema to him, sometimes you have to put the bad dog down, and will attempt a quarterstaff strike.
Does not hit.
Okay, I will expend a key point and make 2 of these.
Your first strike does hit. Your second one does not. So yeah, you manage to come around with a spinning kick for 4 damage. And
4 damage?
yeah, the dog. Yep, 4 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, excellent. And I have open hand techniques, so I would like it to please make a dexterity saving throw of 13, or be knocked.
It stays on its feet. It staggers, but it is still up.
Fair.
He certainly made a monkey out of you.
That doesn't even make sense.
Oh,
The
man.
library?
Brendan, I was really wondering what I should do, and I know there were 2 monkey jokes, but that's a third, so I'm going to grab Lady Helvetica and slam her against the ground.
You called her Lady Helvetica?
Excuse me, my name is Lady Herschel Friedrichstein von Musel Kowalski de Rolo III.
And
yes.
low high, give me a perception check, please. Yeah, you leap at Lady Hercival, but you miss. She sidesteps and you sort of jump off the statue. You notice as you passed along this wall that behind you on the wall there is basically a tapestry that is loosely hanging, and you can see that it is covering just a doorway up. So there is a doorway behind you that basically they've hung a tapestry over.
I would like to
Excellent.
respond to the librarian.
And
All
as a
right.
free action, I would like to pull down the tapestry.
Sure.
I would like to say to the librarian, hey, no monkeying around.
Jesus!
One
And
second.
now for a magic trick. I shall make a door appear.
All right. With that, the hound is going to turn to you, low high, and attempt to. That is going to be a 14.
Nope, that's
You are able to, intercede with your hand and force the head away and sort of into the wall, but you can feel just heat emanating from. Camilla.
talk to the hand.
I will 5, 10. I will go, Lady Hercival. You're not being very polite, are you?
It's Lady Helvetica.
Lady Herschel Friedrichstein von Musel Kowalski de Rolo III.
Why are there children over there?
Nobody is saying those words.
Whoa, okay, do the things above me look undead? The creepy children?
You look into that room, and what you see are stacked bunk beds, and you see there are at least 5 bodies just sort of laying, and they're moving, but they look green and sickly and very ill, and you get this smell of vomit that sort of washes out as well. And you can see a lot of their eyes are swollen shut.
Oh boy, good thing I'm immune to disease. I'm going to attack this doggo. Holy shit!
That is a critical hit. You stab your rapier directly through, and this dog just sort of barks and then whimpers and coughs and collapses to the ground. There's just this pool of hot red blood that is spreading across the floor.
Did you just kill one of the dogs from that really sad Plague Dogs movie?
No, I didn't. It was a hellhound. I mean, look at it. Look at the ability scores. Hellhound. It is not a normal dog. I would never hit a normal dog. But yeah, also those things are creepy.
Yes, Lohi will ignore this conversation and will continue in.
Oh, wait. We're not out of initiative.
Yep. You guys are out of initiative at this point.
No, we're not. Beatdown continues.
No player versus player. We have to move this along.
No, monkey is a bad word, and monkey makes me angry and makes me attack.
Fine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, beatdown has to happen.
Completely disingenuously.
Literally has to happen.
So, Lohi, as you move into this room...
and cover his mouth.
Yeah, it's clear of debris and filth, but you can see these large double bunks and a pair of practice dummies sit in one of the corner. But the foul odor of sickness is deep. And, everybody in here, they're just sort of sprawled across their beds. And as you come in, they just, sort of turn and look and just say, "Who's there? Help us."
I'm going to...
I have lay on hands. I can put a 1 point into them and heal any disease.
Oh, there you go. Could you heal all 5 of them, though?
Yeah, 5. I can get all 5.
All right, while she's doing that, I'm going to make a medicine check and try to figure out what exactly is wrong with these people.
All right. And as you come forward, they just say, you better get out before the boss will get you. We're the Green Dagger Gang, and we'll kill you.
Is it communicable, what you have?
I don't know. We were given an antidote, but it hasn't worked.
Well, this
I
should
would suggest
work.
that your antidote is, in fact, not necessarily what you thought it was. And in fact... Well, what do I actually know from what I'm looking at, from what they're
you see the same sort of, their eyes are swollen shut. They've got this sort of green tinge to them. It appears to be some sort of blinding sickness. And they will tell you that they all fell sick about 2 weeks ago, and a couple of their compatriots have died.
What were you doing 2 weeks ago? If you don't mind me asking.
Just gang stuff, nothing out of the ordinary.
Enlighten me.
Robbing?
Robbing who?
Running some scams? Well, just the fisher folk and merchants.
Any merchants in particular?
No.
Any fisher folk in particular?
They say no, just their usual sort of things they've been doing. They're an up and coming gang. They haven't. They're just trying to make a mark. They don't think they, upset anybody specific. Where the heck is the librarian?
Oh no! He's Incredible Hulking his way down the road.
Really?
Where is he?
Oh.
Oh, come on.
It is very important. It is imperative you apologize, milady.
How far
You're
away
a
did he
beautiful
get?
simian. Anyways, I'm going to say, where do you normally get your food?
The market, or what we steal? Why?
And the last large shipment of groceries that you stole, who did you steal them from?
he just sort of rolls over and coughs up something nasty and just
I'll
says,
back away.
somewhere in the market. You'd probably have to talk to Cytherus upstairs.
Cytherus. Excellent. I would, if you have any members of your gang that are healthy or not sick, I would send them out for better food. I believe that you ate something that disagreed with you. And he'll just turn
Water?
around and
Do you
do I
have
see
any
water?
water?
Any
You don't
water?
see any water in here. There was a barrel full in the kitchen.
Do I see this door
You do from this side. It's
here?
all the quote unquote hidden doors here are very hidden. It's basically just rugs and tapestries hanging over the wall.
Okay, I'll take the tapestry down and I'll walk into the kitchen and or walk back into the dining room and drag in the barrel of water for them and sort of put it in a place where they can all read.
All right, and you can. They sort of reach out with their hands and just sort of slurp it up greedily and just, oh, thank you. And it's then you notice one of them is just flat out not moving at all.
Hmm. Quick medicine check to see if I can use my herbalism kit to do anything about that.
Uh, they're breathing. They look to be in a coma.
Okay.
Are they
Nothing I
technically
can
at 0 hit points?
nothing I can sort of concoct with the various herbs and poultices that I have on my.
You do what you think you can and will help, and you put it on and you
Why
do start to
didn't
get a little bit of movement.
why didn't any of my healing hands didn't work?
Your healing hands worked. They definitely felt better, but it did not cure them.
I thought
Hmm.
I thought mine can cure like disease or something.
It
Or
takes
poison.
5. It takes 5 to remove the poison condition, and they are not poison.
Oh,
Perhaps Cytherus upstairs can enlighten us as to these men's condition. I've done as much as I can. After all, you know, when one beats people for a living, one must use their hands to heal as well as to harm. So
Question.
perhaps let's do both upstairs.
Question. How long does Spare the Dying like technically last? Until they're like back to health, or
It just stabilizes them, right?
Yeah, it stabilizes them.
yeah, so I mean, like for example, if they're all KO'd and I cast Spare the Dying on all of them because it's a cantrip, whatever, they're stabilized for a couple of hours, a couple of days, and infinitely until they get help.
I don't think it actually
You only
says.
you
It doesn't.
stabilize until they wake up. It's something you use when they're at 0 hit points
Okay.
and are like making death saves, and it makes them stop making death saves.
Okay.
And typically, once you stabilize, it's an hour until you wake up with 1 hit point. Typically.
Okay.
Yes, but if they're sick with something that's going to cause them to die all the time,
All the
then
time.
removing the disease is probably what you want to do as opposed
Well, yeah,
to
but I figured buy them a little bit of
because they're
time.
just going to start dying again anyways.
I get
So,
that. I'm trying to buy them time so they can be
Yeah.
healed.
Can you not
I-
stabilize them with a medicine kit with disease if you keep doing it? Or is that something for 3rd edition?
That's like a
Either-
video game thing.
Like anyone who's unconscious, I cast it on them just to be safe.
Okay. Yeah, so the one who, seems to be comatose and with the poultice, it definitely seems to help. The breathing becomes a little less ragged. Those that you were able to lay hands on also, look like they're feeling somewhat better and stronger, but their eyes are still, swollen shut, but they are, happily drinking the water that you brought in.
I think we've done
Were you
as much
drinking
as we
this
can here.
water previously?
They were eating the food. The food was definitely tainted. So let's not bring them any food. We'll bring in members of the hospital to tend to these men after we deal with their boss. I suspect their boss has more information than these men do.
All right.
All right. With that, I'm going to speed through this. You guys go upstairs. You avoid a couple of traps. You come to a room that is completely sort of covered in green sheets, where you meet a couple of halfling rogues that attack and fight you, that make you think there's just one sort of hidden within this room. Telling them what you're actually after, they agree to take you to their boss, who assumed at first you were a rival gang coming to take care of them for some reason. When he opened his door, you see there's a puddle of grease in front of you, and a candle just sort of hanging sideways over it. He just says, "No funny business, or I'm going to set fire to the floor." And
I will lean over and blow out the candle.
It does not blow out, and he just says, "I'm not that stupid."
Is he on the second floor?
Yes, they're up on the second. He's up on the second floor. You actually see he's in a nice chamber that has rich new tapestries hanging from it. He introduces himself as Cithrus, and when he finds out what you're looking for, he openly tells you that they were hired to steal this key. They have already made delivery of the key. They were told by the person that hired them, because they mysteriously started getting sick a couple of weeks ago. And so this person told them if they steal this key, they will give them the antidote for whatever is making them sick. Obviously, they were betrayed and sort of duped by this. And he will tell you what he knows, which is that this same group probably stole this book from the library, and his other minions helped with that. They had.
Can I interrupt you there? Because that's actually a good point. With the book confession, when the librarian leaves, I guess if I can't walk away, then he'll climb up on top of the roof. But when he hears that they stole the book, if the roof is that thin, he will drop down directly on top of them, like a ton of bricks.
All right, and at this point he's no longer interested in sort of fighting. So, and he's able to sort of dexterously get out of the way. He's a fairly high level rogue.
Sneak attack?
Ian, I'm just going through this so we can skip to the next part.
Oh, bugbear.
I know. Don't worry. There's lots more to come. This is just exposition, because it's 9:45, and so he will tell you that he and his men mugged a cleric from the Temple of Mistra, and then used his clothes to go steal the book from the library. And it was a book that was unopenable, had a lock that nobody had ever been able to pick, but doesn't know what this was going to be used for. With that, he will actually be able to direct you to the cleric, and after you're able to question him, he will finally admit that he was mugged. And even though nothing was taken but his vestments, he does admit that during the sort of struggle, one of the people that was with these rogues, he managed to pull a stone pendant from around their neck. And this pendant that he gives to you, you can see it is made of blood red marble in the shape of a clenched fist squeezing out a drop of blood. And on the back of the pendant, there are a series of small irregular bumps. Someone give me a history check, please.
Can I do religion?
Yes, you can do religion as well.
I have history, and I know if we don't make it, I know where to find the information.
Yeah, you guys can do the research if you can't make it.
Ooh.
And your religion check? With the religion check, you recognize this as belonging to a specific cairn that is a fair ways out of town. And you recognize that what this pendant is something called a cairn charm. And it's a stone that often hangs inside the tombs found in the cairn hills nearby to ward off evil spirits. And you know that this one comes from a cairn called the Tomb of Blood Ever Flowing.
Ooh.
An obscure cairn, still not too far away from the city. And this saves you a fair bit of time, but with that history check, you've got to sort of go around and do a bit of research, and it takes you a couple of days before you get the exact location of this. So you guys are all able to take a long rest. You recover all your spells, all your health, and then you will be able to make the journey from Greyhawk City to the Tomb of Blood Ever Flowing, which is 30 miles to the north.
This seems like a name to avoid. However, so we don't know what the book is, right?
No, you can go to the library and ask, and they will stonewall you a bit. They will, you'll get a little bit of information, only that it was a very rare tome that had a clasp that they were never able to open.
Yes, I see. Thank you and good day, and I'll return to sort of the rest of my party and say, this is an evil book.
With that little bit of information, can I use my expertise in libraries to use the card catalog to get a little more information?
Are you proficient in the Dewey Decimal System?
I am.
They will not let you into the library. They will, the librarian will talk to you and chat and will tell you that, yes, this was an elder book of great power, but nobody was ever able to actually open it and.
Wait a minute, but why can't he just use L-Space?
That's how I got here, but he doesn't know about L-Space.
Have you considered the knock spell?
Is that the one where you knock on the door and then
Yes.
when they open it, you punch them in the face and walk in?
No, you shoot them.
I'd like to be a bit nicer than that, but let's go retrieve their book for them and then discover the purposes of it once we have it, if you don't.
All right.
All right. How are you guys feeling about time?
I wouldn't mind ending it and just picking this up at any later time, just because I'm tired with the new job and all.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm terribly sorry. This was, I'm guessing, supposed to be a one-shot.
This is a one-shot, but I needed to run it just to sort of time it out and get everything going. So I'm pretty good at thinking this is going to be a 3-hour plus run, so it's not bad.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, it's not like you had yours in mind, like, hey, it's going to take this much time to run. This was like a trial, right? So
Yes, yeah.
You tend to dally about these things, don't you?
just a wee bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, though you guys moved along pretty well for most of it. I mean, there is like the whole second floor of the house is actually going to take a while, and then it is a 3-level tomb that you're exploring, which shouldn't take terribly long, but there's just a couple more fights to get through, basically.
That sounds more like a 4-hour thing, but
yeah, which is
if
why
you just
wanted to try and run it, because I mean, if I can do this as a single thing, and I mean, the other thing is, I think this worked as a level 3 for you guys as opposed to starting you off at level.
I can't believe this would be a level 1. No,
I mean,
no
one
offense.
hellhound.
Well, the Hellhound I put in because you guys are level 3. Because of when it was actually written, they have something called a Crenshaw, which is a type of large cat that like peels its face.
Oh yeah,
That's amazing.
I remember that from 3rd edition. Those
Wait,
are fun.
what?
They basically scare the shit out of you by essentially peeling their faces.
They do the alien mouth thing, but their whole face.
Yeah, I just didn't have time to track down an image and create that for this. But yeah, I figured if you guys are level 3, I'd just throw in like a sick Hellhound. So not
Yeah, fair enough. So do you want to two-shot this, or have we
Yeah.
basically answered all your questions?
No, I mean, I'm happy to two-shot it and continue it again at some point if we can all find time. But no, I mean, this has been very, very helpful. I mean, what have you guys noticed and sort of thought?
It's kind of interesting start, but it kind of slows down, especially when you get to this mansion bit. But that might have just been us just fooling around. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
investigating the side door and all that.
investigation.
Yeah.
Oddly
Loaded.
enough, he was not the only character with the idea to burn the mansion.
Yeah, well, investigations do tend to slow down because parties will want to basically poke around and upturn every single stick of furniture in the place until they find all the hidden things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, there is the whole backstory about the gang being poisoned. I mean, and that's why they pulled this job. So it's all there to discover as a deeper background. But yeah, there is a fair, there's a fair bit of the first
Yeah.
floor. It is primarily, it's there just to meet the sick. And that is about it. There's another trap room on the other side with a guard that's hidden in the other guard room that's still alive.
There
But
are
then-
sorry.
No, go ahead.
There are like 3 or 4 different layers of it wasn't me, it was this guy. I feel like that's too many.
As the best mysteries often tend to have.
Yeah, and I mean, they give really good motivations why things are done, but yeah, I mean, because otherwise there's nothing really that's going to motivate you to do too much and to go try and find Iron Tooth. So you need the thieves to lead you to Iron Tooth, and then Iron Tooth to lead you to these guys.
Yeah, because I mean, the way that this is set up as an introduction is okay. You all wake up after essentially a day-long bender, and as you're stumbling down the street, you look over and you see a couple of thieves robbing a locksmith. At which point, the adventuring party can just shrug their shoulders and say, "Not my problem," and keep walking. And
Yeah,
that's
but
the
if
end
you
of the
do
adventure.
that, the DM says to you, "Okay, I guess that's the adventure.
Yeah,
Have fun."
yeah, and I mean, I threw in the hangover and all that. I mean, but it basically says like you're staying at the hotel across the street and you see this happening. Because
What?
my thought was, if it was going to tie, if it was going to be short and fast enough to tie into underworld speculation, because you start off after waking up from a bender in that one too. I thought that would just be a nice way. Like you end this one, go on a bender, and you wake up into that one. But I think I may be able to run this straight.
What was what did the tattoo say? Do you actually have the text for it?
Oh, can I just shut off the stream while we sort of discuss this?
Certainly.
I would like to thank everyone that was watching tonight. I'd like to thank ZLT Superfan. I would like to thank Jingle the Fool from our Heroes Wanted group. And I would also like to thank Avocado Badado, Commander Root, Electrical Longsword, Lurks, Neat Dev, and Zane Kuiper for watching us. Catch us tomorrow for what's the name of the adventure?
Legacy of the Crystal Shard.
Icewind Dale.
Legacy of the Crystal Shard.
I still
Like-
love Icewind Dale.
I just want to say, Patrick, this was more fun than a barrel full of monkeys.
Oh, Lord.
What
Not
more?
stop it with the monkey jokes. All right, catch us tomorrow and Sunday for Embers of the Last War. See you later. Bye bye.
All right.